Better think about that. So we thought about it, and we wisely said, yes, we will take their $650 million. That's enough. Feel good about ourselves. I don't know. And we decided, so they said, okay, you guys aren't really polished. We're going to work with you. That's what investment bankers do. That's how we earn our money. So we're going to, we've cracked it. We're learning how to do what's called a road show. You're going to go out and meet all the big institutional investors that will buy the stock the day it goes out on the stock market and hopefully skyrockets. So you kind of do the sales job in advance. You kind of travel around the East Coast and you meet with these guys, and the investment bankers host the meetings, and they kind of practiced us through a little micro-lating, polishing us up. And we had done all that, a lot of hard work, and took it really seriously. And then we decided, before we start the road show, about 2 weeks away from the road show, you know what? And they said, you guys are kind of pale and pasty-looking nerds. So we said, we ought to take a break. Let's just take a 3-day weekend. So all of us partners just said, we're going to, go. I went to visit some family in LA. Paul went to Seattle to visit his family. And at the age of 39, he died of a heart attack. What? Perfectly healthy guy. No sign, out of the blue, dropped dead. The investment banker said, well, he was the CEO, so we need you to do like 3 more quarters of profitability in order to be able to sell the $650 million. We said, okay, after we kind of recovered. And of course, before we could do the 3 quarters of profitability, some guys flew airplanes into the building, the market crashed. IPOs evaporated. We ended up selling the company privately for way less. You know what? My best friend was dead. The thing that kills me is he spent the last 6 years of his life not living life, suffering basically, to try to build something. All for the pay. All. And there wasn't. We did everything right. Nobody will ever be luckier than we did. Lucky, crazy. Over and over and over again. 7. Yeah, come on. And still didn't work. Random fate, a little bit of hubris. So I went away. That's my life. What the hell I was doing. What I was doing. It wasn't about the money. I realized. What I realized after thinking about it for about 3 months was that it was about building something I liked. And I missed it. I missed building products with people that I really liked, who were smart than me. And I like doing it for customers that love what we built. I get emails saying, I bought your product and it put me in the business. I own my own business now because I built it around the product. I still get emails within years. People find my email address. I just wanted to let you know that I put my kids through college with the product. The money that I made from products that you created. And there was this incredible relationship with customers, with people. And I realized that, as the saying goes, the journey was the reward. I loved doing this, and I missed it. So I went back, and I did another startup again. But this time I did it differently. This time I went home. This time I actually built products, mostly ones that I did. There was one product I built just for me. Nobody else. Turns out lots of other people liked it, it became a bestseller, but it was really just for me. And I reveled in the feeling because it was sort of a celebration of joy with great people and great customers. And the really cool thing is, through the whole process, every day, I knew that if tomorrow it all disappeared, I would still be happy because I did the products that I wanted. I did it in the way that I wanted. And so I got the reward, even if there was no money. And unless you can find that path, I encourage you not to do it. Because you may never get the money. You'll make incredible sacrifices and not get anything for it. And you feel like That's a trade. You know, it's okay, honey. I know I didn't come home for 2 days, but, you know, in the end, it'll be worth it. It wasn't. It wasn't worth it. So, why do you keep doing it? I do it because entrepreneurship is like an engine. It drives our world. It changes everything. Everything of any value that's ever created has been created through an entrepreneurial spirit. Everything from villages 10,000 years ago, making an innovation and creating with another village, trade and entrepreneurship, everything good that's ever happened. It's a great book called The Rational Optimist by Matt Ridley that just came out as a bestseller. And he actually documents this all through history. Entrepreneurship actually is the engine. It's not a book about entrepreneurship, it's about anthropology, essentially. But one of the key differentiators between Cro-Magnons and what became Homo sapien and caused that evolutionary thing was actually trade and entrepreneurship, exchange, people being able to specialize. It's amazing. And there's this feeling that you hold in your hands, the power to shape your value. It's interesting because every time I would tell my mom, like, yeah, I left that company and I started it, I'm going to go, or I sold it, I'm going to go do another startup. And I was always running these companies, so in her mind, from her era, I never had a real job. Right? Working for yourself, no matter how big the company was or how successful, see me on TV, whatever, that wasn't a real job. Until finally, you know, the first time I did it, she was like, wow, you're really lucky. That's so great, so fortunate. You should thank your lucky stars. Second time I did it, ground up, made a company, it was successful. What a fluke. Amazing. Lightning struck, same tree twice. Who would have thought? Third time I did it, my mom actually came to me. You're pretty good at this, aren't you? And what that means is it's this feeling that you could be thrown naked onto a desert island, penniless, with nothing. And from that situation, you could build wealth out of nothing. With sheer force of will, you can cause something to exist out of nothing. That is the power of being a skilled entrepreneur. And that's amazing. It's like being one of these woodsmen that can go out with a knife and survive for 6 months in the forest, like I could never do. Complete independence. Nobody can ever fire you from those skills. Nobody can ever take those skills away from you. You are your own person. And nobody can deprive you of anything because you have these skills to create value from nothing. That's cool. So, sum it up in a word, I think of it as uncomfortable. You can't be beaten by life. Trust me, life tried to beat me, beat the crap out of me. But you're uncomfortable because you hold it inside of you. You're the one. You can do this. So the word uncomfortable, anybody know what it means in Latin? Translated in Latin? The word invictus. There's a poem written over 100 years ago by a guy all about being uncomfortable. And the interesting thing is I go around the valley and I meet successful billionaire entrepreneurs. A lot of them have the poem in their office. So one of the things I wanted to wrap up on today is just sort of taking 60 seconds to listen to Invictus and kind of just think about what this means and if this speaks to you.
In the middle of such a circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning chance, my head is bloody, but I'm bowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
I really think that sums it up.